How's everyone doing? So, it's been a while. I'm back. Going to be more consistent this time. Won't bore you with the details. I'm going to get into the lesson. There was a lesson request from a couple of months back. So, it is Ariana Grande, God is a Woman. Now, I'll play a bit. And that would be the main gist or the main idea of, to be honest, a lot of the song. So like a lot of pop songs tend to use the same chord sequences, especially if it's catchy, which this is really. So I'm going to show this, which is the exact thing off the recording. I'm going to then put on a capo a short while into the lesson, and I'll teach it with open chords as well. So if you're interested in the open chord version, you'll find underneath in the description of the video where it's located. So there'll be a time tag. All right, so, and as always, if you have any questions at all, just give me a shout. I love chatting with people below in the comments. You see I replied to, 99.9% of comments. That's one of the big reasons I do this, as well as loving to teach guitar. So, enough waffling. I am going to get into it. So, we'll face in here and we'll take a look. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my fingers. And the way I play it is as follows. I get a minor bar chord shape. Okay, so that's an E flat minor bar chord, and I go, so I hit A, D, G, B, and I'm using my thumb, index, middle, ring. That's the first chord. For the second chord, I flatten my index finger, so now it's flattened from the A string all the way down to the B string. And I pick all those at once. We do that twice. Now, for the next chord, which is a B major 7, what happens is as follows. We get this. I have my index finger on the 7th fret of B, ring on 8 of G, middle finger on 8 of D, then my thumb on the 7th of E. And the same rhythm again. Now, what you can do is as follows for that part. You can use that shape, or any combination, like this one works too. The reason I like this one, and I can do it on a big guitar as well. Sometimes students say, Dave, your guitar looks like a Fisher Price guitar. What's going down? And I'm like, well, I can do the stuff on big guitars too. I just really like this Baby Taylor. Oh, now we got that next chord. Right, what is going on here? Well, my index finger is rooted across the 6th fret of D, G, and B. Then my middle finger goes on the 7th fret of E. So I'm going from here. Okay, so all together we get this so far. We get then we get said is done. Now we get some of the most regular looking bar chords yet. It's our good old E minor bar chord shape. We're on the 4th fret of the E string. So I'm picking E string, D, G, B. Slide up 2 frets. And that completes the loop. Now, the thing about that is, you could do this. You could lift off your pinky. It has a nice jazzy quality. It's not what's on the recording, but I have a tendency to do that at times. Oh, all together we get this. And by the way, the tab is written down below in the description. There'll be a link to download the tab. It's actually a handwritten sheet. So it goes 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, then. And that is the main riff. That's what she starts with and what goes into the chorus all over again. Now, the next thing about this is I can use a pick, and you would have noticed that at times I did use a pick in the intro. It just gives the bass notes a bit more of a twang. Now, what do you do fingers-wise if you want to use a pick? Well, of course you're holding your pick with your thumb and index. And for anybody out there who holds their pick with their thumb, index, and middle finger, this won't work at all. So you'll have to hold it this way. And then basically you just start using these three instead. So, which is a bit weird using the pinky, but it gives you the punch of that. So that's the main idea of the chorus and of the chorus and the main idea. Okay, main idea of the main idea. Work, brain. So here we go. The next thing is as follows. We get the verse. Now the verse is very laid down. It's like really bare. So I tended to use power chords. And if you ever hear, like for example, if you ever do hear of a song that doesn't sound like it has much melody going on and it's a pop song, power chords can be really good. So we get 6th fret on A. Do that again. Then 7 on E. And that's the 4th on E, 6th on E. So altogether it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you love the way you move. And then it goes back into that, you see again, for that chorus. Okay, so let's take a look at open chords now. So I'm going to grab my capo. I am going to put it on the 4th fret. Now excuse my tuning if it's out very slightly here, just I haven't tuned it for the capo. Not too bad. So what you could do is as follows. You could do B minor. You go, you my one. When all is said and done, you believe God is a woman. All pretty okay going there. There's B minor, G, E minor, then F sharp minor again. So that can work very well, and that brings you to the verse as well, because you'll notice that the verse power chords were based heavily around the chorus chords, just played very differently. So I could go like this. G then. And I'm basically only hitting the thickest notes of each chord. Top 2 or top 3 strings of each chord, if you want specifics. So those are the chords there. There's also a cool little thing you can do. Check this out. It goes. Then. Okay, what am I doing there? Well, moving between the B minor and the G, I just did. Lifted off my index and hit 4 downs on those. Then we hit our G. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I hit 5 down strums on that last F sharp. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's basically an A chord. I'm flattening my index. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll do that again. And I'll be doing stuff on scales in later videos, because in time I'll be adding more stuff like that into the tutorials. So if you haven't already subscribed and you like the style of this, just feel free to do so and you'll be kept up to date. And I do lesson requests every week now that I'm back. And those are all the parts of God is a Woman by Ariana Grande. So you have options there with the capo on the 4th fret. You have options using your bar chords. And even if you don't have many bar chords yet, open chords are there to be used, but also power chords are a nice middle ground between bar chords and open chords. So I'd love to hear how you get on with this. If you have any questions about implementing some of the stuff I've discussed, just leave a comment below and I'll chat to you down below. Thanks for watching. Catch you soon.